What loan borrowers can expect and how they can best prepare themselves is Leslie H. Tayne. She's a consumer finance expert and an attorney. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, what should student loan borrowers look out for when the current payment pause ends?
So once the payment pause ends, student loan borrowers should contact their servicer, make sure all their information is up to date so that you receive the appropriate notices, and also double check your budget and find out what programs are available for you to help you repay those loans.
Yeah, I think regardless of whether this is coming up next month or down the road, eventually you're going to want to be ready for this. So what are some of the ways to prepare for that resumption of payments?
So there is a rumor that they may extend that pause. However, now is a really good time to prepare and be ready in case that does not happen. So again, contact your servicer. A lot of people have moved around in the last few years, and some people do get afraid of their student loan servicer, but you shouldn't be. You should contact the servicer and make sure they have up-to-date information. You don't want to miss notices in case you're part of a group where there might be forgiveness or other new opportunities. Take a look at your budget and know what you can and cannot afford, and be your own advocate. If you're confused at the information a representative is giving you, ask for a different representative or hang up and call back. Take notes on the conversation as well so that you can refer back to it, because it could be very overwhelming.
Yeah, that's good to document all of your contacts.
Yeah.
What if your financial situation really has not improved and you can't afford the payments? What should you do?
Well, don't ignore the situation, even if you can't ignore payments. When you talk to the servicer, explain to them your financial circumstances. Going through your budget and understanding how much money is available or is not available is really important, because that will arm you with information to discuss with the servicer. Let them know that you simply cannot afford to make payments and why, and ask them about programs that might be available, from an income-based type of repayment where you might be based on the repayment could be based on what you actually can afford, or additional forbearance options.
Yeah, that's one of those, it's a tough conversation, but it's one to have, because ignoring it is not going to make it go away.
No, that's going to make things worse. Yeah.
Yeah. So there has been talk of some student loan forgiveness and some possible relief down the road. Who can expect to benefit from that? What could borrowers expect in terms of some debt being forgiven?
So remember, there's two different types of student loans. There are federal student loans and there are private student loans. Whenever a forgiveness discussion comes up, we're talking about federal student loans, the federal government making those decisions. Make sure that you understand the type of loans that you have. Many borrowers are often confused and don't know if they have private or federal loans. Ask your servicer. Be prepared that you might not be in a group that gets forgiveness. Right now, there has been some forgiveness efforts and some expansion of some of the programs. Remember, the last 2 years, there has been a portion of forgiveness in the sense that there has been no obligation to pay their federal loans and there's been no interest. So the federal government could also provide forgiveness to certain groups of people, those who went to for-profit organizations or education institutions that didn't actually provide them with the education they expected. So remember, they may be very limited groups. So that's why it's important to be prepared to repay those loans.
All right. Very good advice. And of course, we'll be following the course of things in Washington, D.C. regarding student loan debt. Consumer finance expert Leslie H. Tayne, we appreciate you joining us.
Thank you for having me.